Offside.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Offsides, another week in football. A lot happened. Aaron Rodgers, a little drama with Aaron Rodgers this week. I think Rodgers comes back next week. We'll see how he feels and does that, yeah.
Still dropping down.
He's still dropping dimes, that's right. Ohio State, Nebraska. Ohio State 26, Nebraska 17.
Oh, Nebraska game. One thing I can say, Nebraska gave Ohio State a fight.
They did.
Nebraska gave Ohio State a fight. You don't think so, kid? What's your point? 26?
I mean, 26-17, that's a fight. Considering
they did.
Considering the odds.
Yes.
That was in Nebraska. That helped them that it was in Nebraska.
This was Ohio State,
yeah.
Which means playing against Nebraska.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be automatically a blowout game.
Yeah.
But Nebraska held their own. You know, their defense came out.
I watched that, and I think Nebraska played them as well as you could play them. As well as anybody's played Ohio State this year, I think that was the best that I've seen someone play Ohio State. Yeah, and they really gave it to them.
You don't really think Penn State put up a good fight?
Oh, well, that was a good game too. But I thought, yeah, but Penn State's a much better team, you know. Well, I think they're a better team. So, but I think in terms of like you were saying, they were supposed to get blown out. They played over their ability. I mean, when Stroud throws for 405 yards, even though he had two interceptions, but he had 405 yards. I mean, my God.
My main thing is even the guy. Samora Tour for Nebraska had over 150 yards with 4 receptions. So
that's pretty good.
He had a really standout night going against, one of the top tier team.
Yeah. And I've been to Nebraska and I've done some comedy over there, and when you go to Lincoln, that's really all they have. I mean, there's not much going on in Lincoln, Nebraska. So
I was going to ask that, like Nebraska, period, like.
But they live and breathe Nebraska football.
Oh,
they love
everything.
Really?
They love Nebraska football. Huh. Yeah. So for them to have, they've been kind of down in the last few seasons. They're not used to that. Yeah. They're like a program with a lot of pride, like Ohio State. And it's funny, I don't know what it's going to take for them to get back on top, because obviously who wants to go and play in Nebraska, right? And
Nobody.
It's actually something that.
Hold up, Kev.
Yeah.
You saying getting back on top?
They were. I mean, Nebraska.
That was early 90s.
Oh, yeah. Okay. In the 90s, yeah.
So
I'm an old man.
Come on, man.
I'm an old man.
Nebraska here, I don't think Nebraska gonna have getting on top anytime soon.
I guess not. How did they get such a good program in the 90s? Because who wants to go out there and play Nebraska?
It's back in the 90s. There was
a different style of football.
A different style of football. Ground and pound option football.
And that style of football is not played anymore.
When you got Tommy Fraser coming off, destroying Florida, and they was known for their ground and pound.
Yeah.
They was known for that.
They just don't play that way anymore.
No, even in their defense was more stingy, like basically WrestleMania out there.
Well, they had the big farm boys,
Man.
They had the big farm boys.
It was a different type of style of play back then than it is now.
Yeah. So they're probably not going to get back. They've been trying. They've gone through coaches. They're not going to get back to the top, I don't think. But they played Ohio State. Ohio State, though, looking really good. I mean, they're going to be in the heat of it at the end, right? I mean, they're a really good team.
They're not going to beat Georgia. They're not going to beat Bama.
How do you know they're not going to beat Georgia? They're a pretty good team.
No one is better.
No one? We get it. No one's better than Georgia.
But let's talk about
upsets happen.
Yeah.
No, they do.
They do, especially in college.
Depends on how the team's coming in, rolling the play, the schematic, and how they feeling today. Anything can go.
But this kid, J. Smith Jibba, how you pronounce that?
You talking about Jackson Smith Jibba?
Yeah. 240 yards.
That was a big game. Let's talk about the 75-yarder. How he took a 5-yard hitch. I like the way he attacked the leverage.
Yeah.
I like the way he attacked the leverage on the defensive back on the defender, and then slid it down and slid it down, and then when he got the ball in his hand, he just really got jiggy.
Now, will he make?
But he's not all that fast. He wasn't all that fast. He ain't no blazer, but
he'll go to the pros, right?
I mean, he'll get a shot. I don't know how he will. I mean, when you go into camp, you got to do his thing,
Yeah. But he had a really good game. And Henderson for Ohio State, he had 92 yards also.
Yeah, Henderson was pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're a solid team.
I
don't know how you don't think that they might beat Georgia. I mean, they're a really good team.
They are, but Georgia's different.
Georgia's like a pro team. They're just amazing.
Georgia got one, if not the best defensive lineman in all college football right now. He's just a destructor and destroyer. Oh, can't be blocked.
Oh, I was saying 2 turnovers, too, and they still won that game.
Yeah. How the game was so close? 2 turnovers?
Yeah, 2 turnovers, yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but it was a good game. Nebraska put up a good fight, and, we'll see what happens. Let's go to LSU, Bama. You had some guy that was really impressive for LSU.
LSU, the defense.
The defense, yeah.
Farrell and Clark. They kind of they was all over Bama offense, man.
Well, 14-20, they played well, yeah.
They did well. They kind of held
holding Bama to 20 points, that's...
Pretty good, yeah.
Very unwell, but Bama still, Bryce Young, the young man, is still striving. He's still... He's a freshman.
You think he'll be 1 and done? No way.
No.
He needs experience.
Well, you got to think about it.
He needs experience.
He got it. Well, how nowadays is what's going on with his NIL, he's already over $1 million. Wow. So, and I really feel like that's going to hurt a lot of kids.
What's NIL? What is that?
I mean, I forgot what it is.
You can make money now as a content creator.
Oh, you mean he might not even...
Name, image, likeness. I think that would stand for.
Oh, so he might not want to even go to the pros?
A lot of kids is not going to really want to take that shot. If I'm already making millions of dollars right now,
in college.
In college, you really think, and if they got a good investor with their family and stuff like that, you really think, even if my kid, hey, listen, whatever this look, you can do this, but we can do this. You ain't got to go through dad. I took the beatings for you. Now, it's a whole different ball game. I'm going to coach my kid up. Now, if he may want to do to get the experience, that's fine with me, but understand, you don't have to do it. I feel like a lot of that NIL thing is going to kind of hurt college football.
What you're saying is if he makes a name for himself in college, that's good enough.
For one, he already got a name already. If you're a top-tier recruit coming out of high school, bam, is there.
Even in high school.
Coming out, if you're a top tier, you're a 5-star, top 5 in your position, whatever the case may be, or number 1 overall in the country, you already can be looking at making millions.
But how do they capitalize on that? What do they do? Just Instagram or?
Instagram,
TikTok.
TikTok. That's what NIL stands for.
He could also get a sponsor, maybe a shoe or something.
Yeah.
With a shoe
sponsorship.
Company? Yeah.
I mean, you got to think about the alumni.
That's interesting.
The boosters.
And then not go to the pros, or just?
Well, no,
I ain't gonna say not go to the pros, but I'm saying like
they'll always go.
If a smart thinking a kid that for example, let me use for example. If a kid grow out of love with the game, I already got my money. If I ain't liking the game no more, why would I go? Why would I go expand? I already got my money. I can invest in it and live life.
How do you lose interest in the game, though?
Man, listen.
How?
Because they...
Well, look at Ricky Williams. He really wasn't happy with football. He just did it because his family wanted.
Because a lot of guys now are realizing, later on in life, they're seeing these older pros have some health issues. And they'll say, I don't want to take my chances and maybe have health issues when I'm older. So I'll take my money now. And, not retire, but, do something else, coach or something else. A lot of guys make that decision, I think.
But people, like fall out of love with football. I want to know what has to happen. Is it a coach? It can be with a coach.
It can be you get burnt out. It can be times it can be you can have so much stardom growing from the youth all the way up to college to now to the pros. Like, you get burnt out, man. So I know a lot of people that got burnt out. Some of the good players got burned out.
Yeah.
And it just like it can goes from when your parent pushing you so much.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a workout warrior, but now it's like, man, I'm tired of this. Like, I'm done. I don't want to do it no more. You see it happen every time.
When a guy is in college like that, is that against the NCAA rules to make that kind of money in college?
No, it's not. They just made it. It's a new rule.
That's why it's so big.
It's a new rule.
They just did that.
They just did it. Just passed it.
So now these
kids can make money while they're in college.
Kids can make money when they're in college.
Yep, off their name, image, and likeness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with it. When I was in college, I was broke, bro.
Yeah, but you're getting a free education.
It don't matter.
Look at you now. You're a brilliant
look at
man.
me, like, but still,
because of your education.
Look, you mean to tell me I don't got to pick up the phone and call my uncle, my mom, or my brother? That's just the stress knowing they got bills and kids too. Like, and I can make my own money. Yeah. Matter of fact, I can make enough money now to take care of them, and I ain't even in the professional round. Why not do it? Yes.
No, I don't blame these guys. They're bringing in
I think they deserve it.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think they deserve it because a lot of people think about 80,000 people coming to see.
Yeah, there's a lot of money there.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know.
And you know who's making that? The ADs, the athletic directors,
Paying all their salaries.
coaches. The coaches make a lot of money in college.
Do they?
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
More
coaches can
than
make
NFL?
millions.
More than
Oh
NFL?
yeah. Oh.
Google
College
Nick-
Probably
coaches?
more than NFL.
Yeah, because in the
Nick
NFL,
Saban, think about Nick Saban, Urban Meyer, those type of guys.
you don't have to pay the players. So all that money's coming in on a $75,000 Saturday afternoon, or 75,000 tickets is sold. And that doesn't have to go to the players. Where's that money going? It's going to the athletic director.
It's going to the athletic. It's going to the athletic just office. Also, it's going to the band.
Right.
Football is just like high school. Just
75,000
like it takes
tickets,
care
same as the
everything,
pros.
every sport. Football pays
Tickets
for everything.
are $20 a piece or more, and you pay 75,000 of them. It's a lot of money in a Saturday afternoon.
A lot.
So anyway, LSU, Alabama. Anyway, anything? Last words on that?
I'm impressed about the speedy guy, the transfer from Ohio State.
Yeah.
He's really making his name known. I don't know why Ohio State said this kid wasn't even good enough to play for them. I'm like, man, do you see what he's doing over there at Bama?
Yeah.
I don't know. But this kid arguably is probably the fastest guy, one of the fastest guys in college football, if not the fastest receiver. I know he's the fastest receiver in college football.
Really?
What do you think he runs?
He got to run like high 4.2, low
fast.
4.3.
Yeah,
Fast.
that's really fast.
That's fast.
He's fast.
You know what that's saying? Saying you cover, basically, you cover every 1.1 second, you cover 10 yards.
Yeah.
Think of how insane
crazy.
that is.
Tyreek Hill's got that speed, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Question.
That's crazy. Well, that's good. Okay, LSU, Bama. And now we got, did you see the Cincinnati game at all? Do you want to talk about that at all? No. We'll talk about Michigan State, Purdue. That was an upset of the Saturday.
Oh.
That's an upset century.
That was huge. Upset.
Purdue came out and did no. Purdue came out is on fire.
They were.
Yeah.
They was on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Aiden
offense
O'Connell
was clicking.
It had 536 yards.
3 touchdowns. You
And
got David
3
Bell with
touchdowns.
like over 200 some yards receiving off
Yeah.
11 receptions.
Yeah.
He's going to be a late first round.
David
I
Bell.
think.
Yeah, David Bell's
He's going to be a late first round if he come out.
What happened to Michigan State in that game, though? Because Purdue is not a better team.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Purdue ain't no slouch, but it's just like it's just Saturday.
They
They were just clicking.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's like you come
Yeah.
out and you want to win.
Yeah.
Like, it's all it's about really. In college as well, you have the athletes. There's never the situation. It's coaching. I don't think it ever depends on they're gonna have better players, unless you're Alabama, unless you're Georgia, but like it's coaching. It's
Schemes.
It's
Yeah.
100%. I think all of college football is based on schemes.
Me personally,
Because in the Division I level, you have all these athletes who are 4 stars and 5 stars. They're recruited from their towns, from the high schools. They're all on one platform together, playing against each other. So at the end of the day, it's all level ground base of equal,
not
playing
always
field.
such. It's just
Like you'll never find a D1 school with a bunch of 2 stars and 3 stars. But stars don't matter at the same time, like you said.
well, question that the 2001 Miami Hurricanes, they didn't really go for 5 stars. A lot of those
For
kids
dogs.
was to 2 stars and 3 stars because one thing you don't know, what I noticed, a lot of those stars don't really mean anything. Because it'd be some 2 or 3 stars and unknown players just as better than the 5 stars. It just so happened that you get a kid that get noticed off a rivals camp, 24/7 sports camp, or whatever the case may be. This kid might break through the mold and you don't hear about him because he deal with financial issues with his living arrangements with his mom, might be a single parent, she might can't make it. You might not know the kids can't get out. So now you don't see this kid only until a college take a chance on him and now he's blowing up like where this kid come from. He was always there, you just never seen him.
Yeah.
He was never at the big time camps.
There's a lot of factors that go into it when you're coming in, and I think we used to have this guy in Wisconsin, Ron Dane. He was one of the, most yards in college football history.
At one point.
At one point. But he didn't have a good pro league year, but he was dominant in college.
Because there was a system that they ran.
Yeah.
The system and the schemes that they ran.
Exactly.
So sometimes systems and schemes and can put a player in a situation to make him dominant.
Yep.
I use, for example, Ohio State using Ted Gant.
Ted Gant.
You know,
Ted Gant.
if you look at not a great pro, but what he did in college, you were like, oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
With,
he was crazy.
Yeah.
Same with.
Crazy.
I will
Crazy
say,
good.
I'm not disrespecting him, but I will say, Sammy Watkins in college, different monster.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
T. Higgins in college, on the Bengals today.
Yeah.
But what he did at Clemson.
Well, he had a good game too last week.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Sammy. I can't say different monster. It's just his injuries. Caught up with him, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Sammy. Sammy is probably one of arguably is the best receiver to come through Clemson history.
Oh,
if not, he can arguably be one of the best to come through college football. If you really want, you can put him up in his freshman. Listen, I don't know name one other freshman that did what he did. What he did as a freshman.
Yeah.
Miss a year, come back as a junior, and put up just enough money dealing with injuries. I don't really normally see any college football wide receiver did that. Other than Randy Moss and Peter Ward, those are my picks. But I'm going with Sammy Watkins, Clemson, freshman year and his end of his junior year.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not talking about D-Hop?
D-Hop, do you understand? Listen to what I'm telling you. When Sammy was a freshman, D-Hop was back in. It wasn't no D-Hop.
Where did D-Hop go to school?
D-Hop made his name when Sammy got hurt. Versus LSU, Sammy missed. D-Hop went off. That's when D-Hop got his name.
Where did D-Hop go to school?
He went to Clemson. They was all on the same team.
Yeah, they were all on the same team.
Yeah,
oh my God,
Bryant, all those guys.
Wow.
That's when they said Clemson
D-Hop
was wide receiver.
A different monster.
When Sammy was playing at Clemson.
You compare their junior and senior years to Sammy's junior and senior year, D-Hop was doing he was making astronomical plays.
Astronomical
Considering the other receivers they had at the time.
Okay.
With Sammy Watkins.
Do you think D-Hop's better than Sammy Watkins?
Clemson? No.
But now in the pros. In the pros now.
I mean, statistically wise, in pros, you could say it now. I mean, because he done caught his fire.
D-Hop was better than Sammy Watkins
at Clemson.
Statistic-wise, no.
No. I didn't ask you that.
Statistic-wise.
So you saying D-Hop was better than Sammy Watkins at Clemson when they both was at Clemson?
What was the great difference? Were they in the same grade?
I think D-Hop is before him.
Is he? Yeah.
D-Hop was before him. Okay, so.
Think about it. His freshman year, Sammy did something that almost no other freshman did. He had over 1,200, 1,400 yards as a freshman. You're talking about a 17-8-year-old kid making a transition to college football, playing against grown men. And same thing he did at South Fort Myers High School. He transitioned really well and dominated, even better in college than he was in high school. And D-Hop was on the team. D-Hop took the back seat. He was a Heisman talk as a freshman.
Who's more dominant today?
I mean, D-Hop. I mean, no question, D-Hop.
But
who's holding all the records? Sammy. Yards after catch, Sammy. Touchdown, Sammy. He is the best wide receiver to come through Clemson University history. Hands down, period. They have never had nobody so explosive with the ball in their hands doing everything. Sammy Watkins was a difference maker.
That's interesting.
With number 2 on the field, it's a whole different ball game.
Two good players. What about what does this do to Michigan State right now? What does this do to them? That obviously brings them down.
It drops them down.
But so they're not going to win the Big Ten.
No, never. They never were going to.
That kind of ruins their chances. They were number 2. That ruins their chances.
They should have been number 2 because
they shouldn't have been number 2.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That's kind of messed up. How Cincinnati goes for number 2?
Yeah.
And then Cincinnati never lost, and then they dropped to 6 out of nowhere.
I told you
that's crazy.
They don't respect.
They play bomb teams.
They play booty buns teams.
So Notre Dame was booty buns.
Oh
they beat
God!
Notre Dame, right?
Don't get her started.
They beat them, right?
You want to keep going? I mean, it don't matter.
Did they beat Notre Dame?
It don't matter. What it is.
I will say that's disrespectful to Cincinnati, and I think they've been disrespected all year, But they
dropped way to 6 from 2.
They had a tough time with Tulsa. Remember what you called?
I mean, it's in the given Saturday. I mean, all the teams have tough times.
Yeah.
With a team.
Yeah.
We can go on and on about that.
But it is funny that Michigan State made it all the way to 2. Now that'll drop them. That'll drop them way down.
You know who's having a tough time?
That'll drop them way down.
Buccaneers having a real
they're not having a tough time. This
kid, man.
Moving on to pros. Titans, Rams.
let's touch on how Adrian Peterson, he got his.
Isn't
Oh,
that
okay,
great?
don't you dare give him.
Adrian Peterson, man, he
Adrian
reached a
Peterson.
milestone. He got his 125th career
Okay, yeah,
touchdown.
congrats for that. It's
Good.
all nice and cute.
I love it.
That's
I love it.
He's like
He's-
he's
yeah,
55 years old.
He is.
He will pull a hamstring
Listen.
out there. By the way, I love
Give him
Adrian.
credit.
I love Adrian Peterson. One of my favorite
He's
running backs of
great.
all time.
He's great.
Has he lost his juice? Yes.
Well, of course. He's 85 years old. He's out there. He's
But
got a
also-
beard, for God's
But
sake.
also, he's the number 5th all-time leading rusher.
Yeah, he's
in NFL history.
definitely a Hall of Famer for sure. Right?
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, easily.
Well, let's talk about.
I don't know about first ballot, but he's a Hall of
I
Famer.
want to talk about Matt
But, you know,
Stafford and
let
his
me just-
decision making.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, let me just say this: you picked the Rams to go to the Super Bowl, so they didn't.
I still have them.
It's
They
still
look
early
like
in the season.
crap.
I still
No,
have
it's
them,
still early
and here's
season.
why they lost. Matthew Stafford threw 3 interceptions.
Yeah. He threw
Uh,
3 interceptions. Yeah.
He threw 3 interceptions.
2 interceptions. 2 interceptions.
He got 2.
2 interceptions.
No, it was 3 because
Was
look, it was
I had
one
2.
one of the two. By the way,
That was 2.
I think it was
3-yard line. Ramsey got one. Kevin Byard got one.
No, Stafford is on the Rams team.
Stafford threw 2.
Oh,
interceptions.
hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on
So,
with
okay,
you, man?
so Stafford was on the
What are you
2-yard
talking
line.
about? You okay?
On his own 2-yard
Right,
line.
and he whipped it around.
And he whipped it around. That's already bad. So so they get the ball
Yeah.
on about the 2-yard, about the 1. They score. Stafford comes back out the offense, comes out again, throws another pick
Yeah.
to Kevin Byard. Two in a row. Kevin Byard takes it back to the 10-yard line. They score again. So now you're already in a hole, 14-0, right?
Right.
Okay. Now they need to respond. They go out there 3 and out. Now what do the Titans do? Come down.
Well, actually, Titans put the pressure on him. Titans was putting the pressure on him. I
Well,
mean,
look,
And-
five
Stafford got
sacks
5
for
sacks.
41 yards.
5 sacks, man.
Stafford was sacked 5
so
times.
therefore, we all know in this game of football, the team that has win over the turnover battle
Yeah.
and take care of the ball more.
And you know what's-
those outcomes, I win.
And you know what's crazy? What happened? That we all last week, including me, were all on the narrative, all on the boat of the Titans going to start to tank because they don't have
Yes.
Derrick Henry.
That's right.
But they just went out there
And they
beat
scored.
the number
Yeah,
1
they
Super
did.
Bowl contender,
Right.
the Rams.
Yeah.
They just went out there.
They did.
Stepped up on prime time.
Mm-hmm.
They just beat the Rams, and
Right.
now where do you see them? I see them as a team that.
They're
that's
going to make the playoff.
Oh, they're going to win the
They're going to make
division.
the playoff, but I don't think they're going to be in the Super Bowl contenders wise, but they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to
Yeah.
they're going to go ahead. They're
But
gonna,
it is impressive that they came out after losing Derrick Henry and put up that kind of a thing. That's an amazing thing.
It's any given Sunday, by the way.
And the
Anything
Rams.
happens.
Come on, you said
The
that
Rams
about
also
everything,
had.
man. Come
The
on.
Rams also
Any
had
given
12
Sunday, man, what you expect?
penalties for 115 yards.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's not good. The
At all.
Rams kind of blew it there. They really did.
I mean, they couldn't protect Stafford. Stafford throwing for 2 interceptions. I mean, I mean, it's what it is.
And you
They
can't do that.
couldn't take care of the ball.
No.
Period.
So you come playoff
Yeah.
time,
They
you
couldn't take
can't
care
have
of the ball.
turnovers.
You can't do that.
You
You
can't
know?
have
Because
turnovers
the
like
playoffs
that.
teams will not make mistakes.
That's right.
Any level of football, high
And
school,
We're pretty far into the
College.
season right now for making
we're about halfway.
12 penalties for 115 yards.
That's discipline. Right
That's
there.
discipline. That's not good. That's not good. But Titans still are good, and it's an impressive win.
It's a
after
very
we-
impressive win. For
Yeah.
them, it's very important to them,
Yeah.
too, because
For sure.
after going
I
down
feel like
there,
it's a confidence booster,
Oh,
to be honest.
100%.
It's a
Oh,
confidence boost for the
Oh,
Titans.
yeah.
because they have that underdog mentality, chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's more so like society saying that, again, how would they do without Derrick Henry? I mean, we're going to go out and
amazing.
show you what we're going to do without Derrick
Yeah.
Henry. You know what I mean?
Do we
and,
love-
and it gives other people, that other backs who have the opportunity to step up.
Do we love Tannehill, or I think Tannehill's great.
I like Tannehill.
Tannehill's not bad.
I
He's
like
not
Tannehill.
bad.
I like
He's
Tannehill.
he's way 3 times better than he was at a dog.
Oh, of
So-
Well, yeah,
course.
yeah. But he can also run. He ran in for a
Yeah.
touchdown. I mean,
Yeah.
he's not the sit back there guy. He ran for a touchdown. So, I mean, give credit to him, too. Well, your Browns and the Bengals.
Here we go.
The Battle of Ohio.
Everyone, listen up.
Here
Okay,
we go.
I'm gonna break this down for you.
Here we go.
Listen. I need you to listen for about.
And
Give me
here
2.5 minutes to
go.
dissect this for you. Okay.
Go.
All right. We come in Sunday. Okay. We are doubted. We just lose OBJ. Okay. Everyone's looking at Baker Mayfield like, buddy, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What did he do?
What did he do?
Let me give you a game summary.
Not great.
First drive of the game. Okay. No, hold on. First drive of the game. Joe Burrow takes his team down the field to about the 6-yard line. Okay, here we go. 3rd and goal. Okay, Jamar Chase wants a rip route. Who's right there to pick it off for a 99-yard touchdown, pick 6? Denzel Ward. Locks down Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase, your guy, was locked down. All day by multiple corners.
Well, listen, what we're gonna do is not say it's my guy. At the end of the day, we're gonna say this. He's a young kid. He's pulling it together right now, right? He's having a great rookie season.
Okay. He better figure it out. Here's what happens
one
next.
game don't define him because he dominated some over the other corners too before they played against the Browns. Hey, let's call a spade for a spade. The Browns had his number that day.
Let me just say this, okay?
Say it.
Then they go back. What happens next? Oh, let me tell you really quickly. Okay? They drive down. Bengals again. Another turnover. What do we do? First play. Baker Mayfield, bootleg, throws a 65-yard touchdown to Donovan Peoples-Jones.
That's the kid that I'm starting to see.
14-0.
He's starting to come to his own.
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Yeah, he's starting to come to his own. He's been making plays, man.
He is big. He is fast.
With Odell leaving, does that
I think that's
give him a little bit of a breather?
It will open up a little bit for Peoples-Jones.
Right.
It's his time to shine.
It's got to open up for him. He'll see more touches.
No, he's gonna see more touches.
He is. Let me tell you. You can have an argument with him and Jarvis Landry. That's for another day, though. So what happens next, Leo? Okay, so now the Bengals have the ball again. What happens next? Jamar Chase catches the ball. Oh, what happens? Fumbles. John Johnson comes in, came from the Rams, forces a fumble for us, okay? Oh,
Wait. Let me ask you. So we trying to say this is just Jamar Chase debate thing?
No, not yet.
Because we want to say how bad he stunk this game. A rookie stunk in the game. That's fine.
Here's where it gets bad for you, okay? Nick Chubb comes. Here's where it gets bad for you.
He thinks
He's not gonna get bad for me.
Nick Chubb comes down.
He's not gonna get bad for me.
Nick Chubb comes down, 70-yard touchdown. So there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, right in their mouth. All right. Whoa. Like we pump. All right. Listen.
Your boy Chubb had 137.
137 yards, 2 touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
So then what happens? What happens, Coach Gant? Then what happens? Here's what happens. I
get it, kid.
Listen, I'm glad you guys.
I get it. Baker Mayfield managed the game pretty well.
He did. 218 yards.
He managed the game pretty well, nickel and diamond. Nick Chubb had over 130-some yards.
Yeah.
The strike from Peoples-Jones for 70 yards out.
Yeah.
Chubb coming back in for 70 yards.
And
Denzel with a 99-yard pick. Yeah.
The biggest thing for me was the defense.
So much momentum shift in that game where they just sucked the life out of the Bengals, period.
Yeah.
It could Burrow had 2 picks.
Burrow had 2 picks.
2 picks. Jamar Chase couldn't get open. He's still learning.
Yeah.
So my thing is we all know in this game of football, you don't take care of the ball. Hey, and the most teams that capitalize. Football is made by 3 things: who can block well, tackle well, and make more plays.
Yeah.
The team that does that wins.
Now, do you think the Odell drama had anything to do with this win?
Odell is. I'm saying Baker Mayfield plays better without Odell. He showed it Sunday. He'll show it again this Sunday against the Patriots.
Do you think that?
I don't really think.
Do you think that drama had them winning, or do you think that had anything to do with this win?
Yes. All those guys in those locker room thinking to themselves, we gotta go. Especially Baker Mayfield, the one player who had to step up most and who did. I wouldn't say he stepped up, had a crazy game. He got the job done. He did what he had to do. He came up clutch on 3rd downs.
Do you think he's just out there looser now than Odell?
Absolutely. Because when you have a person like Odell on the field who wants the ball, it's a different ball game. I'll tell you why.
It's awkward.
Odell wants the ball. He's a star player. You put the ball in his hands, he can do so many things for you.
Yeah.
But in Cleveland right now, I'm going to tell you something. Each of our receivers on Sunday had 3 catches. Every single receiver on the roster, except for the 2 bench warmers.
Yeah.
Swartz, Landry, Higgins, Peoples-Jones, we all did. We're playing unselfish football. That's how we're winning.
But let me tell you this. I really wouldn't think that it would matter if Odell Beckham was in the game or playing for still Cleveland or not, because when he still was at Cleveland, they wasn't getting him the targets anyway. So my thing is, we're not going to say the reason why Baker Mayfield is playing better because Odell is out. Because at the end of the day, you're still a professional athlete, whether you like it or not. That's your job. So,
hold on.
So, with that being said, now, is it a distraction? In a way, it can be a distraction. But one thing about it, we're not going to put it on Odell Beckham, to say that, hey, listen, Baker Mayfield is playing better without Odell Beckham. No, man, it would just, again, goes back, hey, man, I stumped the bed last week, got my ass handed to me. Well, hey, listen, this social media stuff is rampaging by Odell. Okay, it's adversity, distraction. What I got to do now? I got to bounce back. And that's what he did. He bounced back, managed the game very well. Nick Chubb ran very hard. People Jones stepped up.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. The next man up.
Yeah.
Should I share what the final score was?
41.
We put up 41 points on them. 41. 4-1. How many did they put up? 16.
I will say this, though, Lee. 10 penalties for 84 yards on the Browns.
Yes.
Not
and
great.
A lot of offsides, like neutral zone infractions.
Not great. Not great.
Offside.
Bears, Steelers.
Good one.
Offsides.
Bears, Steelers. Yeah, we're offsides, right? Kind of a boring game, but the Steelers pulled it out.
I'm sorry, no, the refs pulled it out is what happened.
Yeah.
The refs sold the Bears so hard.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They did. That was a tricky game.
Also, I'm kind of losing faith
game.
in Justin Fields.
Justin Fields, I'm going to be honest.
I'm losing
We were saying that.
Justin Fields,
he had a
listen,
great college. That's a great college career.
Justin Fields,
not
291 yards and a touchdown. Now, the highlight is
that's
when
a lot of yards.
he showed, man, he was getting banged up.
He
was getting beat up the whole night.
He got no line, too. That's the problem.
Whole night. This kid showed so much toughness.
He does.
So much toughness that stood out to me. I feel like not Baker Mayfield, but Justin Fields will going to be okay once he catches flight.
Well,
once he
also,
catches ride, he's going to be
that's
all right.
definitely the offensive line needs a little help in the Bears. That's for sure. He doesn't have much time.
I mean, we're talking about the Steelers, though.
Well, the Steelers
are right?
Are the Steelers going to make the playoffs? They're for sure going to make the playoffs.
I don't know. That's shaky.
Ooh.
You think so?
That's questionable.
Yeah.
That's questionable.
Highly questionable.
Yeah.
Big Ben throwing for 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Both to
Big
the tight
Ben
end.
sucks. Good song.
Big Ben shot 2 touchdowns.
He did have 2
Ben looks
touchdowns.
like he has back pain every time he throws the
He
ball.
does.
Oh, man. Big Ben, man. What can I say?
Big Ben is
Big
still
Ben.
hanging in there. I love
He's
Big
trying,
Ben.
man.
I
He's
love
trying.
Big Ben. I love Big Ben. But
he's all right. I mean,
I don't think he can take him all the way to the Super Bowl.
Let me tell you why I don't like Big Ben.
Nah.
Yeah.
Big Ben is over.
Big Ben's been saucing us with Antonio Brown for the past 6 years. Not anymore, though. Not worth the Big Brother. The Browns, we dominate them.
Why anymore, though? Because where he at?
Because he is in Tampa Bay.
Ooh, yeah, go ahead, say it.
Catching dots from the GOAT,
Okay.
Tom Brady.
No,
I wanna say-
No. We're going to say the Super Bowl champs,
The GOAT.
Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Is where he's at.
I just want one more thing, because we did hear that Odell is. I want to clarify. He was put on waivers. First of all, why didn't he want to be on waivers? And now he's made waivers. And
Why
now
did he want to be on waivers?
Because
he was put on waivers, and then he got off waivers. Now he's a free agent like today. He's a free agent today. So why did the Browns put him on waivers? And what is waivers?
Waivers is when any team in the National Football League, they can claim you.
So when you're on waivers, anybody can claim you.
And OBJ's team came out and said the day he was on waivers, which was like 2 days ago, he said, if you guys pick up OBJ, he will cause problems for your organization. He says if a non-contending team picks up OBJ, he will cause problems for you.
Who said that? The Browns?
The whole team came out. OBJ's organization.
Wow.
OBJ's, what do you explain? Guys, they're
his people.
Yes.
See, it's the thing. See, here's the thing.
So he didn't want to be on waivers.
Kev, here's the thing. It was the same issue when Terrell Owens was at the Eagles in the locker room. But when you are forced and when you passionate, Odell is a very passionate person. Odell is a very emotional person. You know, so if any true playmaker they're one of the best, if not the best, you're going to always want the ball. So now a lot of that stems from locker room talk, stuff like that. But it's the same thing that they said about T.O. for the Eagles. But hold on, that same force T.O. broke his ankle or fractured his ankle and still dominated in the Super Bowl game.
Yeah.
So you got to ask yourself, that what comes with it, man. That what comes with it. It's all about how you can contain that and deal with it. Deal with that person.
Yeah.
He wasn't getting the ball. His dad made 11-minute highlight of him wide open.
Right.
And they
Baker
got him
wasn't
traded.
giving him the ball.
And you know what Baker did do, though? 41 points on the Bengals defense.
Yeah, that's it. Anything else you want to talk about?
Man, that's it, man.
That's it? Well, next week we've got, I don't know, we've got, it's getting more heated. We're getting closer to the end here. But, I don't know, we'll see what happens, right?
Waiting for March Madness next.
March Madness next.
College basketball, man.
All right, thanks for joining us. See you later.
And what are you talking about, man?
See, you always do it. When it ends, you always do it.
Offsides.